Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a week 12 of the local tournament reports. Now, this week I took Tri-brigade Zoo and got top 4, finished 4th place. So yeah, it was overall pretty awesome, pretty fun deck to play. Everything got reprinted, so really nice to pick up if you're trying to play a deck that is a little bit more competitive. But yeah. I'll go over my matches real quick, then really quickly run through the deck profile, and then go over some of the cards like I usually do. So, round 1, I played against Salamangreat, took that 2-0. Round 2, I played a 60 card pile. Luckily, got that 2-0 as well. Game 1, I was just able to outgrind him, and I had multiple interruptions, so he just couldn't play through it. And then Game 2, he just bricked really hard. I was able to get the game relatively quickly. And then round 3, I played against Despia, got 2-0'd there, so that was my loss in Swiss. Then round 4, I played Pendulum with the new Pendulum link and everything like that. It was pretty cool. I got incredibly lucky in this matchup. He won game 1. Game 2, I opened up really bad, but so did he. And then he was about to win. I had like 2,000 life points or something left, and I was top decking. Luckily, he didn't have any interruptions, so I was able to top deck a Zoo monster and just go into Zeus. So that was really nice. Was able to come back in game 2, and then in game 3, I was able to win that as well. And then in top 4, I actually lost to Stardust Assault. Pretty crazy. He actually ended up getting first in the local tournament, which was really awesome. Really cool to see a unique deck being played. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the list, and then I will have a pack opening at the end. So, pretty standard Tri-brigade lineup. This is going to be pretty standard from like the previous builds I've had and other builds, just because you can't really change too much up, in my personal opinion. Then 3 Kitt, 3 Nervall, and the 2 Kerass, along with the 2 Revolt. Then 3 Rescue Cat. Only resolved it one time throughout the entire tournament, which was a bit unfortunate. Then for the other support cards, we got the ratpier Force and the Ramram. I'll do it for like the main monsters. For the hand traps, we got 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Imperm, and 2 Effect Veiler. For the support spells, we got Tenki at 2, really nice, just helps out the deck a little bit more. 2 Chalice, of course the budget friendly droplet, so to say. It does target, but really nice to bait negations and stuff like that, so really nice. And 2 Twin Twister for back row hit. Foolish Barrel to get a free play starter. And of course, you gotta run the 1 Called by the Grave. 3 Anti-Spell in the main deck, and 3 Warning for the extra really quickly. Got, of course, the Zoo package, the Boarbow, the tigermortar, chakanine, and of course the Zeus. I'll do it for the Exceeds. For the links, we got the almiraj, the Dragon Lords, and I run 2 ferrijit, the 1 Barren Blossom, and then the 1 Silver Sheller, and 1 of the Doom Eagle, and 2 of the Omen. And then for the 4s, we got 1 Apollosa and 1 Boral Sword. If you have excess Go Talker, definitely replace that. For the side really quickly, definitely want to change this up to your locals and everything like that. I kind of just threw this together. We got 2 DD Crow. I ran 2 Danko Sekka because I hate running into like heavy back row decks. The Prankertops, 2 Gamecill, 2 Nibiru, 1 Lava Golem, 3 of the there can only be 1, and 2 of the dimensional barrier for the side deck. So yeah, pretty standard. Of course, a lot of the fusion decks running around, you want to try to out them as much as you can. There can only be 1, can be a devastating card, and it doesn't really affect the Tri-brigade deck too much, especially if you set up already. It can just really be a hindrance to your opponents, especially if you side it against a deck such as Salamangreat, where everything's Cypress. Then, of course, the Tuna Nibiru, Punish Overextension, Lava Golem, really cool, being able to get rid of 2 monsters, and of course the Gamma Seals, another just free tribute over a problematic monster. Prankertops, pretty free. 2 Dango Cycle, like I said, just for those heavy back row decks, and DD Crow, just to try to hit like DPE if anybody's playing it, or just a card that they need in the graveyard. And it's searchable, so really nice. And then, of course, the extra deck, Apollosa, free negates, nice to kind of stop your opponent. This is actually what helped me win game 1, I believe, or game 2. No, game 1 from 60 card pile. I was able to set this up with 3 negates plus a set Tri-brigade Revolt. Then, of course, like I said, if you have excess Code Talker, way better card, but I only have a Burrow Sword right now, so just for an extra option, never made this once. And then, of course, the 2 Omen, you definitely bumped up a 3. Being able to get a search when it goes to the graveyard, and being able to banish whenever a Tri-type monster is special summoned is just really strong, of course. And then we have the One Doom Eagle. Didn't go into it this week, but when I've played this deck in previous weeks, this has come up really clutch. And then, of course, the One Rule, like I said, pretty standard. Being able to get a monster from the graveyard and then back to your hand if it survives is really nice. And, of course, you got to run at least 1 of the Rampant Rampager. Being able to search a trap is very, very nice. And then a lot of people only run 1 Barren Blossom. I see myself always going into 2, so I definitely like keeping it at 2 for sure. It lets you draw a card and recycle a card basically when it goes to the graveyard, and gives you an additional special summon for the Tri-brigade monsters, or a Tri-type. And of course, Interruption, the Dragon Lords. Being able to bounce a face-up card to return a card to the opponent's hand can be very, very strong. And then Almiraj, because if you open up all of your normal summon monsters, this is just a way to get things going. And then, of course, the Zoo package with the Zeus. Really nice with the Zoo package is you can get into a, what is it, a Barren Blossom with 4 material in graveyard. So if you have another Tri-brigade in hand, you can get that special summon and then banish and keep going on with your plays. But if you end up needing to go into Zeus, it's just a 5 material Zeus, which is really nice. For the generic traps, I've just been liking Warning a lot. It's been putting in a lot of work. A lot of decks are relying on like spell cards to get special summons, such as the Branded. And if you don't have the Ash, but you have this set, another nice way to get that negate. And being able to just negate a summon is very nice. And then, of course, the 3 anti-spell. A lot of decks still revolve around their spell cards, so having that in the main deck I felt was really, really strong. Funny enough, it only resolved 1 time, and it wasn't that impactful. Usually people had Twin Twister or Cosmic Cyclone, which was really unfortunate, but it does happen. Then for the generic spells, of course, the 1-ofs, Called by the Foolish. Like I said, play starter, and you need to have your plays go off, so of course Call by the Grave is the strongest option. 2 Twin Twister, again, back row hate. I hate running into decks that have multiple back rows, and this deck is really easy to stop if you have multiple negates, so just another way to try to get rid of those problems. And then Chalice, same thing. Being able to bait out a negate is very strong. And then, of course, the 2 tenki just to get your searches for fraktall or your zoo monsters. Very nice. And of course, the hand traps, 2 Veiler. Usually I like running 3 since it's not a hard once per turn, but since Verte's out of the game currently, I feel like 2 Valor is nice because we can pair it with the 3 impermanence. So basically you have 5 Valors, and then if it's set, it has the spell and trap negate effect, which is cool if it comes up. And of course 3 Ash because it's just too strong of a card. The hand traps felt nice. I never felt like I was drawing too many of them or anything like that, but you can definitely put more in if you feel comfortable with that ratio, or putting more in for better ratios and stuff like that. And then of course the support cards, the 2 Zoo monsters, just being able to either get into your Barren Blossom with 4 material in graveyard with Ratpier, because it lets you send the Ramram, and then you can do your Zoo plays. Still very strong. And then being able to just go into a boarbow, attack directly, and then stack a Zeus is very strong. And then this is just some bonus protection. If a spell trap or effect targets the Xyz monster, you can detach it to negate it. So very nice. And then the best normal summon, in my opinion, the 3 Rescue Cat. If it does resolve, you just get so much advantage. But a lot of the time it gets hit with Valor, Ash, Imperm. Like I said, I think I only resolved it 1 time throughout the entire tournament. So yeah. And of course, the Tri-brigade stuff is pretty standard. 2 Revolt, broken. You can definitely put it to 3 if you feel like it. I still like the 2 Kerass. Feels like it comes up sometimes. So I like it at 2. A lot of people cut it down to 1. So yeah, do with that what you will. Then 3 Nervall. Like I was saying, just being able to send it to search a Tri-brigade monster, very nice. And more material in the graveyard. Kitt fills the graveyard, of course. And of course the fraktall fills the graveyard as well. And of course, if you haven't played Tri-brigade, all the Tri-brigade monsters have the effect where you can banish Tri-type monsters from the graveyard to link summon a monster depending on how many you banish, so the link rating will equal the number banished. So pretty fun overall. Like I said, it's a lot easier to obtain. I think the hardest card you'll have the hardest time finding basically is the Rescue Cats. I'm not too sure what they're at right now. Alright, so for the pack opening really quickly, let's go ahead and see if I can get anything good. Like I said, I got the OTS pack, 2 Dimension Force, and 1 Battle of Chaos. So hopefully we get something pretty decent out of the OTS. Hoping for an ulti. Doesn't look like it. Looks like a super, unfortunately. Yeah, just a Kagemushinite. Not too bad, honestly. For Dimension of Chaos. Hopefully Ultra or a Secret would be nice. Just a super. Not too many prize packs, but it is what it is. Always nice to get something. And just another super rare. Unfortunate. Let's see if Battle of Chaos can do anything. This saves the pack opening. And nope, just another super. So unfortunately, another poor opening, but it is what it is. Free packs, can't complain too much. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.